Welcome back, gang. Welcome back. Welcome to another episode of Full Effect Podcast. I'm solo dolo today, but my cousin Steven and my boy Pete, the full gang, will be here on Wednesday. So, thing is all good, but I appreciate if y'all can hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bar so you will be notified every time we drop another banger. And share and like the content and follow us on TikTok page, Full Effect Podcast. I highly appreciate it. Well, we got some topics to get on to today. We're gonna start off with WWE Backlash. There's two matches I want to talk about. First one, Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. The results was I want to say extreme shocking result, but it was a bit shocking because I thought Seth was going to get his revenge. But now that I know that this rivalry or this tension between the two will last much past Backlash, I think Seth will eventually get his payback. But it's I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's starting to feel like how Roman was when Jay and Jimmy turned on him. Roman had it coming, even though I'm a huge Roman fan, because of the way how he was treating them. And then when he came back, it was Solo, and in Solo's bloodline, he had to fight. And it took Roman a bit of a while to get that title back, or a bit of a while to get that family fight into his rear view. That's what it's seeming like it's going to be for Seth. Seeming like maybe him and Braun will have a trilogy. If not, they will fight again, clash in Italy. Seth will eventually get his revenge, but it's going to take some time. He just like he said post Backlash, it's going to take some time. You got to go back to the lab, and he gonna have to take out the whole vision. And he's a one-man band. He don't have no friends because all the snakish stuff that he done in the past. Currently, Seth had that coming too. So now, how do I feel the match was? I feel Seth matches are always good, as in on his end. He's a hell of a wrestler. He's a hell of an in-ring wrestler, technician. Seth's been doing this for so long, he can do this in his sleep. That's one thing. I don't dislike Seth. Even though I'm a Roman fan, I like Seth. And you have to respect him. He puts on a great damn show. You can't lie. He makes most people look better in the ring because he's that damn good. But to me, I'm not saying this because I'm not a Braun Breaker fan. I think that match was solid because Seth carried most of that match. That's just my opinion. I could be right or wrong. We all entitled to our opinions. Guys, that point of the match, when I think he snapped out of some kick or punch, and he grabbed Seth by the throat, and he superplexed him and threw him down. Who that remind you of? The kicking out, acting crazy, the choke, press slam. That's not Goldberg? That's all I'm saying. It's like Seth has his own originality. That's why when I see Braun Breaker, I don't see a Steiner. I don't. I see a mixture between a knockoff Goldberg and an even knockoff version of Ryback. That's just me. Like, I don't want to see another remix of Goldberg. We seen that. It's like when I see Orton, he's a Orton. He had a little bit of his dad in him, but he remixed his own original stuff of what he wants to remix with. That's a Orton. When we see Cody Rhodes, Got a little bit of Dusty in him. But he put his own spin onto his wrestling. See what I'm saying? With Braun Breaker, I don't see that. I don't see a Steiner in him. Now, maybe you can say he has a little bit of athleticism as his uncle, because Scott was more of the athletic. But I believe I heard Bubba Ray say this, and I totally agree with it. Need to change his name. I don't give a damn if it's to Steiner or whatever, or use his real name. I just don't like his wrestling skills. Is it trash? No. Hell no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not up to the hype and standards that people making it seem to be. That's all I'm saying. But the match was solid. I was surprised Braun won. But he won clean. He won clean. He hit a lot of spears and stuff like that, but I just think Braun will be better with a slight bit of a character change, and his in-ring skills got to be much better. But that was a good job from Seth putting over Braun. That was a hell of a job. You can never go wrong with Seth in his matches. Like was it 100% Seth that I always normally see? No. I'm not saying he was injured, but I'm saying just a smidgen of something, just a little bit of something was off with Seth. Just a little bit. For the most part, that's Seth freaking Rollins. Respect that man, put some respect on his name. He's a hell of a ring performer. Before I move on, I wish like hell we could have seen Shawn and AJ in their prime versus Seth Rollins. Or prime Chris Jericho. Eddie Guerrero, that would have been dope. I think 3 out of 4 of them are better in-ring wrestlers than Seth in their prime. Well, I'm going to go all 4. But Seth, in this era, in this decade, he is that guy inside the ring. Now, on to the main event. Man, what a hell of a main event we had. We got to shout out Roman Reigns, man. Look, you see how I'm not a Braun Breaker fan, but I'm not calling him trash. I'm saying like Roman was in the big dog days, he can get better on the mic and in the ring. Like Roman did is what Braun can do. And I'm hoping for that for him. But like, we got to give some props to Roman. He really put his family on bed. And like I said in the other episode, we got to give props to him because he sells stuff very, very well. When Roman get GTS or F5'd or whatever spear, he sells the shit out of it. You really think the man is really hurting. That's how good he sells stuff. This match was all that we expected. It was a hell of a match. Now we had a lot of tongue and death grips, but this was physical. It looked personal. It looked like a match that, like I said, we expected. Now, the outcome, was it what we all expected? No. I would have preferred that Roman win when Jacob tried to throw him up and land on his shoulders, but instead Roman in the air, he super punched him, bounced off the ropes, speared him. I would have had Roman win like that versus a turnbuckle. But is it cheating? No. the greats, Hogan, Cena, Triple H, Austin, Rock, so on and so on, Seth Rollins. They all won matches where they had to do what they had to do. Now, cheating would have been if he would have grabbed a weapon or someone interfered. But using your body or part of the ring, that's not cheating. If somebody slam you into the slam your shoulder into the goalpost, I mean not the goalpost, but into the post, or when they slam you into the stairs, that's part of the ring. It's not cheating. He did what he had to do. That's being smart. So I don't like the finish of the match 100%, but it's cool. I like I said, I prefer Roman would have won when Jacob threw him up and reversed into a Superman punch, come off the rope, spear. That 3 would have been more convincing versus the turnbuckle. But are we getting Jacob and Roman what we got from Jay and Roman when Roman first won the title as a tribal chief? Or will Jacob become champion? The other thing I didn't like after this match was Jacob did a poor ass job selling that spear for the 1, 2, 3. Like to just roll over and bounce up, kneel, then get up and start attacking Roman. It's like, you see how Roman sold it when the match was over, he was still down. Because it's letting us know that, damn, this was a gruesome, I mean not a gruesome, it was a all-out brawl, physical match. Like, I'm tired. We duked it out. And I just feel like Jacob didn't sell that so well. After the 1, 2, 3, they both should have been laying there like, damn, this was an all-out fight. But Jacob just rolls over, pops up, start attacking Roman. It's like, sometimes the sales mean a lot. I don't know if y'all realize, but it means a lot. But overall, I think Backlash was a out of a 10. I'll give it a 8, 7.5, 8. The Trick Williams, I hope that feud is over. Get it out of here. The gingerbread stuff, we got to stop. We have to do something about Oba, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like what WWE is doing. This open challenge stuff is like, you don't have this man on a high. Then he went on even a higher levels of high, beating and possibly retiring Brock Lesnar. Then you do this open challenge when a bunch of nobodies coming out that he can squash like that. Come on, man. I would have had a better route for Oba after Brock Lesnar, because this seemed like you're lowering his value. And we need to keep him, being that his value is high, he's getting over so much on the fans. He's so over. Come on, let's get him something that will excite him and definitely excite us. This not gonna do it. I would love to see what you could do. What you could do. Remember how Seth brought out Oba when Brock was about to tag him for Paul Heyman? You could have Oba step in for Seth, and you can have him take care of Braun Breaker. I wouldn't even be mad at that. route. Is it better routes than that? Yes. But it's okay. But I'm waiting to see what happens tonight on Monday Night Raw because hearing this Jacob is invited to the Roman Reigns acknowledgement, I'm going to tell you like this. Jacob Fatu ain't acknowledging shit. This rivalry is going to go on. They better not. Even though I don't think Jacob is winning the title, and even though I'm a huge Roman fan, but I'm a huge Jacob fan. But I'm a Jacob fan as well. I would say they cannot let this rivalry die how they did Orton and Cody Rhodes. After Orton attacked Cody Rhodes, you just move on to Gunther. I thought we was getting part 2, possibly part 3 of Rhodes and Orton. They can't do that with this because I don't. At first, before this, after Jacob came out the night after WrestleMania, I'm thinking, okay, Roman gonna beat him, then he gonna acknowledge Roman, and then it's gonna be a new bloodline, and I don't know. I don't see that now, and I don't think that's the route that they should go. But Jacob ain't acknowledging shit. What's gonna happen is Jacob gonna look that man in his eye, let him talk, and he gonna try to attack Roman again. See it. But whether Roman keeps the title I'm guessing they're gonna fight again at Clash of Italy. We got to say to ourselves, whether Roman keeps the title or Jacob do get the title, and he shockingly beats Roman Reigns. It can't be no outside interference, no Zilla if he come up, no Usos. It needs to be just like just like Saturday, just like Punk and Roman at Mania. And I will want this as a fan because Roman needs to have a run where he's beating people until he loses. We seen him beat we see him beat people one-on-one, even when he was with the Bloodline, but more so it was a new member or the Usos cheating for him to win. But that's what heels do. That's what heel groups do, people. It's wrestling. But this time I need him to march on his own and beat people until he loses. But we're going to see what happens tonight on Monday Night Raw. Now, with that said, we got to move on to these NBA playoffs because get this out the way. My Lakers, they don't get swept. I told y'all that before this series started. They're just a better team, a deeper team. They have 6 or 7 guys that can sit in the damn chair and play solid defense. They got 4 of them that plays great defense, including your star that will play both ends and get you 30. This is a debacle from the Lakers. Yes, OKC is better, but the Lakers need some serious cleanup in the offseason. They need to build around Luka, and this is when I wish that the Dodgers owner would take over this upcoming season. Because he knows what he's doing and he has money. I don't know why these analysts on TV or just fans around the world, oh, you can't win with Luka. You don't play no defense. He did it a couple years ago with the Mavs. We know Luka can't play defense. Steph is not a great defender by far. Put Iggy around him. Put Dre around him. You had Livingston around him at a point in time. You had Bogut was a shot blocker. You got to put people around your star if they don't play defense, people. Dallas got Lively. They had Gafford. Derrick Jones, P.J. Washington. Wing defenders, shot blockers, big men that can run the floor, catch alley-oops, points in the paint. That's what the Lakers need to do. They need to get dogs. They need to get people that can defend on the wing, defend the interior. They need to just focus on building around Luka, putting defenders, shooters, and shot blockers. I'm glad. I was surprised they didn't trade Reeves before the deadline was over. We ain't pay, I don't want to pay him that much. He's another defensive lie. He's another defensive liability. Your two stars or your two best players both can be defensive liabilities. That's a recipe for disaster. So yeah, look. OKC, I have them winning again. I would love to see the Knicks go to the finals. I think the Knicks would pose the biggest threat. I wouldn't be shocked if the Knicks was to beat them or San Antonio or Minnesota. But I just think they're too experienced. They're too deep in depth. They got knockdown shooters all over the damn roster. And they got defenders all over the roster that can disrupt your two best players. And they got a guy in the interior, Hardenstein, who's rugged, tough, and that's a dog. And y'all forgetting they got that rookie from Georgetown that they drafted. He was out this season. They gonna get him back. And we gotta talk about this, man. Sam Presti not only is the best GM of today, of this decade, of this era. Sam Presti might be the best. And I mean the best general manager in the history. He might just be. He put off that Paul George trade. Oh my goodness. And just peep this out, people. From this year, 2026 of this draft to 2032, the Thunder get 13 first-round picks, 16 second-round picks. Let that sink in. Most of us from the PG trade, but then they made other moves. They're going. I'm just put it like this: it could be more years than this. For the next 4 or 5 years, they're gonna be in the Final Four of the Western Conference every year for the next 4 or 5 years. They are already young, talented, with experience and championship pedigree. And they're going to keep getting younger because they got so many draft picks. Year after year after year. Wow. You tell them you're going to get all that with SGA and Williams. That's how they're going to keep. And then what's so great about this? What's so crazy? They're going to have much money to keep their two stars, Shea and Jay Williams. Because as the Carusos get a little older, the Hardensteins get a little older, or their contract wears out, they're going to do the New England Patriots and Kansas City Chiefs method. Roll them up out of here. Here come the young talent. See, I know we all sports real quick, different sports. See what the Chiefs did to McDuffie? It wasn't because he couldn't play. That's by far, that's long gone the reason why they let him go. It could be a contract dispute, as in, okay, you're going to be expensive, or you're getting a little older. So let's us save some money, get you up out of here, trade you away, get you a first, second, third round, fourth round pick, whatever we can get for you. We're going to go bring somebody young in. You see who they got? Cat Delane from LSU. New England did the same thing. That's where OKC is. They're going to be a young, strong juggernaut machine to deal with for the next decade. They got so many picks. They can probably almost set themselves up when Shea is gone. But he still got like 10 years, at least 10 years. But yeah, they're sweeping tonight, and I'm not even betting against that. But moving on, yesterday, man, the Timberwolves tied up the series 2-2. We are going back to San Antonio, tied 2-2. Wemby was ejected in the second quarter to a shot to, I believe, Bones Holland. It was either Bones Holland or Niles Reed, one of them, but I don't think it was done purposely, but he hit him on the side of the face with the elbow, anything above the shoulders. Yeah, you're going to get ejected. The Timberwolves won 114-109. The Spurs had a chance still without Wemby. That is what amazed me, because I thought the Timberwolves were going to take off with this game, but they quite couldn't take off with it. It was still a game. This game wasn't truly over till about, 13, 12 seconds left. Spurs still had a chance to tie it up, but they just quite couldn't get it done. Ant-Man was sensational. 36 points in 40 minutes, 13 for 22, 3 for 5 from 3, and 7 for 8 from free throw. When he shoots like that, that's when it can get real dangerous. And what I liked about this stat line, 3 for 5 from 3. He didn't take that many threes. Because I compare him to Tatum when it comes to the three. Sometimes he can fall so much in love with the three to where he jack up a lot of threes. To where we know how good you are when you drive the ball, when you put the ball in the post, drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. This is the Ant we need to see. And Ant really carried his team for the most part, because after that, it was collective team win. Because McDaniels 14, Randall 12, Rudy 11, Reed 15, Conley 8. It was a team effort besides Ant, you know what I'm saying? 36 points. And it was just, it's a good win no matter how you get it. Sometimes I'm all about making statements. If I was that coach, we can't take these guys lightly, even with Wemby gone. Let's go make a fucking statement. This game needs to be out of reach, 10 or more points. Let's make this statement. Because now, with me as a San Antonio coach, I'm going back home feeling comfortable. Lost the first game, win the next 2. We barely lose without Wemby. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling damn good. That's why I think the next game, I think San Antonio will win. And that's when it's going to put pressure back on Minnesota. Can you force the game 7? Or do you go home? Then on San Antonio's side, Fox played a good game. I don't like his field goal percentage, 8 for 23. But he had 24 points, 7 for 10 from free throw. But his field goal percentage was terrible. He's 8 for 23, like I said, and 1 for 7 from 3. Me, who was a shooter in high school, when you see the first couple shots not going in. I know we say shoot or shoot, but when the first couple shots not going in, get you a couple of mid-range shots, take it to the rim. That way you can get your game going. Get to the free throw line. Castle was with 20 points, 8 for 17. Vassell, 14 points. This kid right here, y'all. This kid right here, man, Harper, man, came off the bench 27 minutes and 24 points with 7 boards. This is one of my favorite rookies this year, along with VJ from Sixers. This Harper kid, man, he is relentless. He's a dog on the defensive end. He's ruthless. And he can put the ball in the basket. He don't have no fear. I love youngsters like that. I love rookies like that. It's basketball at the end of the day. You got to show what you are. You got to show what you got. Bruh, it's go hard or go home, man. I really love this kid, man. I think in the next 2-3 years, he's going to be that second or third guy next to Wemby, to where Wemby can count on. He's that damn good. Love this kid. But my preview for Game 5, going back to San Antonio, they got to figure out to neutralize Wemby how they did in Game 1. Was Wemby off? Oh, nah. They was physical with him. I think that's what they have to do, people. They have to be physical with him because Wemby has yet to get control of that. You know, he needs to get more physical. I don't like how he let guards knock him off the block. I don't like that. I say be physical with him. Get him off his spots. Don't let him get his sweet spots. It's something that Kobe said, but it's also something that Tony Allen said a while ago. Kobe said, when it comes to me, I like to get to my sweet spots. But I'm comfortable with getting to spots that's not my sweet spots. And Tony Allen said, when I guard Kobe, I got to knock him off his sweet spots to where he's comfortable scoring. Because if you let him do that, he going to go for 40. They got to make Wemby feel uncomfortable. They got to get physical with him. Knock him off his spots. Get the ball out of his hands. For Minnesota, Ant-Man needs to do what he did tonight. But this is the key player for me. It's 2, actually. Randall was 2 up and down. Bro, I need dub from you every game. Every game. Nas Reed, he gave me 15. That's what you need from Nas Reed. This stat line is cool all the way around the board for Minnesota, like I said, because it was well balanced. You had 6 people in double figures. If you get 15 from Nas Reed, if you give me 12, bro, I'm cool. But give me 15 and give me 25 or better, I really want 30. But if Randall can give me 20, because look, he had 12. That ain't going to cut it, bro. One game he had 22. Next game he had 13. If Randall can come along with Ant every game, bro, that'll be for sure Western Conference. And that's even against the Spurs. Because I told y'all, before these playoffs started, everybody, the Pistons can go to the finals, Spurs can go to the finals. Bro, they wasn't that good a year ago. The Pistons made it to the playoffs, but they wasn't no number 1 seed. It's different when you the hunted. They the number one seed. They young. Spurs, they was just trash as hell. They number one. I mean, they number 2 seed in the West. They beat OKC. What? All 3 times? All 4 times? Come on. I need to see what you do in the playoffs as a young team. It's cool what you did in the season. That's cool. I ain't knocking that. But what you gonna do in the playoff? You see how the Pistons struggled in the first round? You see that? You see what San Antonio going through? It's tied up. They were better than Minnesota in the regular season, but this is the playoff. That's why I said when it narrowed down, when you see a team 4 to 7 times in the series, the playoffs slowed down. It's mano a mano. Your team better than mine? You better than me? All right, cool. It's different. That's why OKC got beat, 2 years ago? They was a number 1 seed. Who knocked them off? Luka and the Mavs. They had the experience. OKC was young. Sometimes when you're young, bro, you got to get your heart broke so you can learn. But what happened next year? OKC came back number 1 seed. They won the championship. I need to see what a young team can do in the playoffs, man. Your first time really being at number 2, number 1 seed. That's all I'm saying. But, man, Randall needs to come along. The 12-point, bro, I need 10 more points. I need Randall at 20 to 23. Every game. And they need some contribution from Reed like they got tonight. And then that's when other players going to come along. You know? McDaniel, Conley, and them, you know? And the other key for the Spurs for Game 5, I'm not worrying about Harper. I'm not worrying about Castle. The player for me is Fox. Giving me 24 on a bad night of shooting. If you can shoot better than this, I need him to give me 20 plus every night. What's so crazy about the San Antonio team? I ain't worrying about Harper. I ain't worrying about Castle and Vessel. It's Fox for me. You supposed to be that number 2 player. The way Harper playing right now, bro. Man. But yeah, I think San Antonio comes out with the win. I don't think they're going to, like I said, they come out be physical, they can do it, but I don't think they're going to have an answer for Wemby. And I think their defensive play is good everywhere, but their defense turns up at home. And that's why I'm going to roll with the Spurs to win Game 5. Tonight, we got the Cavs and the Pistons. The Cavs backcourt played a hell of a game last game. Mitchell and Harden. I mean, this game is so hard to predict because the Pistons are so young. But this Harden is so unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get. I'll say the Cavs tied up. If you're a Knicks fan, if you're a Knicks player, Knicks organization, you want them to win. This is going to just be a long series while you get some rest. Bronson needs the rest. Want to keep him healthy as possible. It's just because the last game, you got everything you wanted from the Pistons. Cunningham gave you 27 with a triple-double, 10 and 10. We already know that. But hold on. This guy's been playing good in this series. Tobias Harris. He gave you another dub. 21. Robinson, 15. Doran is the only guy that has not been playing good these whole playoffs. He gave you 11. Thompson gave you 9. Durant and Thompson is like they're solid at best. Like in this with this roster, they're solid. You can't look for them to give you 25, 30. But if Tobias can give me 20 plus, my star can give me 27 plus, and Robinson, a shooter, give me 15, cool with that. This is why they lost. They bench 2 points from Jenkins. LeVert, 6. Green, 3. Reed, 11. Stewart, 4. Then they're going to get, that's only like 26 points. So they're, this is what worries me about the Pistons. And this is why, being at their number 1 seed, if they was to make it, I got the Knicks, because the Knicks got too much depth, and I never trust the Pistons bench. I never had, and then it's like they're young. I see what you do in the playoffs, like I said. But I don't trust their bench. I trust damn near every Eastern Conference team that made the playoffs. Maybe except Boston. I don't like Boston. Boston might be a tad better, but that game 3 was that from the backcourt, from the Cavs, they came to show up. Like I said, Harden. If you can get that from James Harden right now, bro, I can't be mad at that. He gave you 19. White Mitchell gave you 35. But guess who came to play? Allen. You can't count on him to give you 18 again. The guy that's the guy that has to show up, people, like I've been saying before the series started. Mobley, where you at? 13 and 8. I like the boards, could be tad bit better, but 13 and 8. But Harden was 8 for 14, 3 for 7 from 3. Mitchell was 13 for 24 from the field with 10 rebounds. 35 and 10 is not bad. They bench didn't do too good either. 7, Strutz, 11, Schroeder, 3, and 7 from Morrell. Both of these benches, I just don't like, but the Cavs, I like Strutz and Schroeder off the bench. And Tyson, way more than I love the Pistons bench. It's going to come down to, for this next game tonight, it's going to come down to the bench. And I think it's going to come down to Mobley and Tobias Harris. But Mobley has been letting Tobias Harris outplay him in a series. That's the problem. That's the problem. When you keep letting Tobias, who's not been consistent for years, you let him keep outplaying you, your ass going home. Because that's the matchup that should be in your favor. If they can get 17 and 23 from Harden, you get your 25, 30 from Mitchell, and you can, because you ain't getting 18 from Allen. You can forget about. I'll be shocked if you get that again. But if you can get that 18 or 15 from Mobley and a better contribution from the bench, you could tie this series up. But if Tobias Harris keep outplaying Mobley, it's going to be a problem. And he keep outplaying Harden too. Bro, if that happens, it's going to be 3-1 Pistons. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Cleveland is going to take this by. I think they're going to run away with it in the 4th, and they're going to tie this up. We're going to go back to Detroit tied 2-2. That's my predictions. Yeah. But before I get up out of here, y'all, I want y'all to comment whenever y'all can. Who do y'all think is a top 5 wide receivers today? I say that because people got JSN and number 1 or top 5, and George Pickens, this and that. I'm going to give you my top 5 receivers of today. Heading into the next season, all that above. George Pickens is not top 5 to me right now because he did it. He had a monstrous year. That's 1 year. Where he was at before that. What he done last year, he can do it any given year, but I need to see a track. I need to see consistency. JSN had 1 monster year. And he's only been in the league for 2. They're both top 10, abso-fucking-lutely. I can't put him in the top 5. Why? Because you had a monstrous. Because you had a excellent year, stat wise. What we seen on the field, the awards or the nominations. Okay, I'm still putting Jamar number 1. Still putting Jettis number 2. I think Jamar got a better quarterback. But Jamar has been consistent year after year after year after year. And that's even when Burrow was down. It ain't like he always had Burrow for every single play. Burrow was out for a year. What, twice now? Well, I guess you might as well say. So he had backups playing, throwing to him too, and Chase still was getting them numbers. Jetta's stuff dropped this year. You do need a quarterback, but you still should at least get somewhat around your numbers. Quarterback makes a difference, absolutely. I've seen Chase ball out whatever quarterback he had. This year right now puts Jettis 2 for me and Chase 1. Chase 1, Jettis 2. Consistency matters. Gotta put CD up there. I gotta put CD up there. He's been consistent year after year after year. I would put Puka ahead of him, but Puka missed some more games than CD Lamb. Puka do get force-fed how Cooper Kupp used to do too, though. I'm not gonna lie, he do get force-fed. But I put CD over Puka slightly because CD is more healthy. You can count on him to play more games than Puka. Puka 4th. Who we got? AJ. We got Nico. He can't stay healthy. AJ dropped for me. AJ still top 10 though. Got Pickens. You got Tay. Still got Devontae. Damn. 4 might just be JSN. Oh, we got St. Brown too though. Hold on. Ooh-wee. St. Brown. JSN, AJ, like I said, Nico. Who else? Trying to name some teams. Niners, Rams, Seahawks. I did that. I'll probably go with. I don't know, man. Ooh. Hold on, let me think of the AFC real quick. Got Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers. Yeah. I'm probably it's not the St. Brown and JSN. Who's a better route runner? St. Brown. St. Brown has been doing consistently. So I'm gonna go with St. Brown only because he's been doing it year in and year out. But if JSN can put up, he don't have to have the same enormous type season. Like, if he can get around that, he's going to my top 5. I need to see it for consecutive years. And he can go in my top 5. But appreciate y'all tuning in today. That's going to be all for today. I appreciate, once again, if y'all can subscribe to the page, like, share this content, hit that notification bar so you will be notified every time we drop a banger. Follow us on TikTok, Full Effect Podcast. Until next time, y'all, I'm out.